I thought I'd make this video and sit down and talk to y'all about something serious. If you don't know, my name is Jeremy, and I inherited our family home, a year ago, and so we remodeled it. I have videos on that. If you want to go check that out, you can. But today, I thought I'd make a quick video about talking about a will and what happened to me in my case. And you can tell me in the comments your story, what anybody else went through. That might help. But let's start back from the very beginning when my dad was sick, and I tried to talk. I talked to him, and we talked it back and forth on like making a will. He didn't. We talked. He talked about it, but didn't really want to make one. But he talked about what he would like, things to go to, the big stuff, like the house or the land. He had about 100 acres, so, and also the house here. So he talked about where he wanted the land to go and the house. The house, they wanted us to have the house, so that was pretty simple. But what made it so hard was everything else, all the belongings. He had a tractor and all the farm equipment and just all the small stuff. Like I had shipping containers full of tools. So it's stuff like that that still we're going through a year and a half later. Well, back when we was remodeling the house, we had to pretty much gut the house to do it right. So we took all the hinges off, all the cabinets, just and the light switches. We replaced the wiring, and there's a lot of stuff we did. Of course, we had a dumpster uh, beside the house. The construction crew was throwing stuff in the dumpster, and um, one of my siblings, my brother, um, he wanted to come over here and dig through the trash can and pick out hinges and cabinet pull handles and everything to keep. And what do you do in those situations? I got a few things out for him and told him he don't need to be doing that. Have any of y'all had a run-in situation like that before? He's pretty bad about keeping things, like a hoarder tendencies. So I let him keep whatever he wanted, but I didn't want him to slow down the construction crew fixing up the house. So it was like a battle I had back then, and it's even going all the way through today. We still haven't resolved everything. We still have all the belongings that's on my property. The tractor and all the tools and everything like that. We still haven't resolved that, and which needs to be resolved. And I'm not sure exactly how to go about that. As every time I talk to him, he gets aggravated about it. Talking to your siblings about the belongings, and they don't want to sell the belongings. Like the other day, I offered to sell an item that came with the house to my brother, uh, instead of selling it to a stranger, and he wanted it for free. So it's stuff like that. It just sometimes there's some pros and cons on owning the property and the family home. Sometimes I wish, it would have been easier just to sold everything and just moved on and had your own separate lives and just split the money. There's different pros and cons. Even if I found out, like, even if you inherited the property or anything, because it can still conflict can still happen. Let me know if any of y'all inherited something and that's rightfully yours, and you go to sell it. Did it cause conflict? Because I can see, you know, passing down your family home is really a big deal, and you want to. It's kind of you invest more money into it because you have emotional ties to it and everything like that. But then I don't think you kind of feel like you're kind of tied down. Like you can't sell the house. And if you all of a sudden just want to decide to sell the house and buy a different house, one day, things might change. You want a bigger home. And I know a lot of siblings would probably disagree with that and get upset selling the family home. So, have you ever inherited this family home and decided to sell it? That's something else that's I'm interested in on other people's situations. For my long-term viewers, you might remember my great grandparents' house that was next to my house that we lived in before this one, and I took you through it and everything, and I ended up selling that property. That house was filled up with a lot of stuff, old stuff my dad put in there, old toys over the years, and over the years, I tried to get my dad to go through it. It needed to be done because I knew one day I would be left with all that stuff to go through, which I was. And I ended up selling our house, and that goes along with it. The house went along with that property. So, and the new owners gave us just a few weeks to get everything out of my great grandparents' house. And my brother, he wanted to keep everything. He purchased a shipping container for me and Brittany to move everything out because he's not able to do that. He's disabled. So me and Brittany, we had to move everything. He wanted to keep a screw. He wanted to keep a blanket with a hole through it. And he wanted to keep everything. It was a whole shipping container, 40 foot long, 9 foot tall shipping container full. We filled it all the way up. He didn't have no more room, so he was forced to let the other stuff go with the house. Uh, but there's some stuff, don't get me wrong, there's some stuff probably worth a few dollars and some old cool toys and stuff like that. But I would say 75% of it was not worth keeping. So all I knew at the time that I had to get everything out and then I could deal with it. I just knew the property was sold and we had to do what we could to get everything out of that old house. Even at this current day, he has 3 shipping containers on his property filled up with things like that. So, but it's his own property. He can do what he wants to. He can have what he wants to. But I'm kind of the opposite. I don't like clutter. And if we're not using it, I would like to sell it or go to a new home that somebody can get some good use out of it. So it's like 2 different personalities clash, and I'm sure somebody has the same situation going on. So I know this is more of a serious video. We'll get back to making some cooking videos and around the house content. I might not make another video like this. With all that being said, I thought I would jump on here and get some of that off my chest, and maybe we can start a conversation in the comments and tell me your story, and we can talk about it, and maybe I can learn how to deal with my situation a little bit better. Check out my other videos, and I'm going to try to post more often on my channel, and also me and Brittany's going to cook some more, so look forward to some regular content. Thank you. Bye.